Episode 3 with Russ Vergara of Vigi. You're listening to Kendrick Loves to Brand, the branding podcast featuring stories and lessons from entrepreneurs and brand builders so you can get inspiration, insights, strategies, and tactics as you create your own game-changing brand. Welcome to the show, Russ. Si Russ is Russell Vergara is one of the designers that I really look up to. I met Russ back in 2012 when we were invited by Blueprint for a design roundtable discussion, diba? But even before then, I've been following Russ na rin and his work back when his design studio was called V Graphics. Diba? Now it's, I think, Vigi, right? Vigi. So, yun, welcome to the show, Russ. And siguro, before anything else, I did my short intro on you, but I'd like to hear it from you more. Like, how do you normally introduce yourself?
Like drop out ako. Yeah, usually, ayun, parang drop out ako ng 7 courses in 7 colleges.
7 courses? Wow.
So, nag-industrial engineering ako, business, advertising, fine arts, programming, marketing. And then eventually, yung graphic design. Graphic design saved my life.
Wow.
Kasi parang may nag-introduce sa akin ng graphic design. Mga 2004 yata yun eh. Kasi dito, nakatatlong schools ako dito sa Philippines.
Okay.
Tapos nag-UK ako for 4 years. So, mga 4 na schools din doon. So, yun. Yun nga yung tatay ko sa taas eh. So, nung naka 4 courses na rin ako doon, tapos sabi ko, di ko na talaga kaya.
So, what made you jump from course to course? Is it more like really getting into a course and then realizing, wait, this is not for me?
Feeling
I'll try
ko,
this out next.
I think we start college din sobrang early. So, medyo hindi pa, personally siguro, hindi pa ako ganun ka-mature. Kasi right now, I'm taking up parang post-grad sa THEMS. Tapos, wala pa akong absent for the past 7 months. So, parang now, parang ako gusto ko mag-aral now eh. Pero nung time na yon, like 18 to 22 or 17 to 22, parang hindi nag-sink in yung mga tinuturo, or yung hindi lang siya parang the right way or parang engaging enough for me. So siguro ganon. So it's very structured or hindi. Kaya ngayon parang yun din yung gusto kong ginagawa. Nag-create ako ng mga certain courses and learning activities na non-traditional. Kasi siguro nga parang growing up nung college, parang yung accounting, parang bakit sobrang complex? Pero ang dali lang naman niya technically dapat ng accounting, di ba? So, part nung ginagawa namin ngayon sa masters na, okay, you just look at yung operational expenses mo and then yung magkano gusto mo kitain. And then, technically, yun naman yung pinaka-basic eh, di ba? Na parang kumikita ka more than what you're spending. Yeah. So, pero baka hindi siya ganun tinuturo before, di ba? So, parang ganun yung, I think, walang non-traditional school na mas engaging enough for me during that time. Pero interesting kasi nung na-introduce sa akin yung graphic design, parang, uy, wow, galing nito ah. Parang may future ako dito.
So that's more of like a light bulb moment for you na this is it. Parang after all the other courses you've tried on.
Kasi after nun, yun yung nag-stick talaga ako. Tas 11 years onwards, yun pa rin ginagawa ko up to now, diba? So,
but growing up, were you parang artistic? Parang were you always like creative?
I think, may medyo nag-sketch. Tapos naalala ko yung dad ko, parang siya yung nag-introduce ng papakita ng mga computers nung nahilig siya sa computers nung before. Tapos parang may memories din ako na mga 7 years old at ako nagde-design siya ng sarili niyang logos nung sarili nilang brand during that time. Siguro parang subconsciously parang yun yung training. Tapos yung pinsan ko naman nag-aral ng advertising. Tapos parang wala akong only child ako eh. So parang siya yung I look up to her. Tapos parang kung ano yung ginagawa niya, yun yung ginagawa ko. So, nag-advertising din ako, ganyan. So, parang medyo nandun sa circle ng creatives and entrepreneurship kasi yung parents ko at a young age din na-train na rin ako. So, they've been doing a lot of mga bazaars during dito. Yung pinaka-first na Tiangge sa Tomas Mora to. Parang pop-up bazaar yun, every Saturday, Sunday. Tapos, mga 3-4 years old pa lang ako noon, nagtutupi na ako ng mga damit and mga So, I guess parang looking backwards, parang yun yung connection ng creativity and entrepreneurship. Parang at a young age, merong balance. Kaya up to now, ganun din yung ginagawa ko.
So, going from like finally discovering graphic design, how long or what was the process between that time until you graduated and then you decided to put up your own design studio?
So, yung pinaka first school ko dito, Thames, 2001. Tapos bumagsak ako doon. 1 year. Tapos naglasal ako. Tapos bumagsak din ako doon. Tapos may mga pop-up school na NIIT ng programming. So, bumagsak din ako doon. Tapos nag-UP ako for a short course. Tapos di ko rin tuloy. Siguro kung may nag-introduce sa akin nung bata ako na pwede mong i-stylize yung art, na you can express what you want. Kasi parang meron din perception na you have to do it na sobrang realistic and bawal ka lumampas ng borders, yung pag nag-colors ka. Pero kung naturo yun at a young age na you can do whatever you want in terms of expressing your art, siguro artist ako right now. So yun yung earlier years of yung nung nag-aaral pa ako. Tapos nagkaroon ng chance to, sobrang sipag ng parents ko, hindi ko alam paano nila ako napag-aral abroad. So nagkaroon ng chance na mag-UK nga ako for 4 years. So I studied rin graphic design there. Tapos may friend ako na nag-introduce sa akin ng graphic design. Pakita siya ng layout ng magazine, ng logos, ng billboard ads. Tapos ng halo-halo, nag-shoot sila halo-halo, tapos yung ginagamit nilang ice instead of ice, mga tawas, mashed potato instead of ice cream. Parang nung nakita ko yun, parang wow, ang galing. As in, sobrang first time na na-excite talaga ako. Tapos yun parang even up nung point na yun na nag-aaral na ako, parang gagraduate na dapat ako eh. Pero hindi pa rin ako, hindi ko pa rin natapos. So, yung thesis ko noon parang about hip-hop, visual history ng hip-hop. So, pero kahit na hindi ako graduate that time, sa batch ko, ako yung may freelance work na. So, nag-work na talaga ako with clients, nag-work na ako nung nasa UK. So, client ko doon yung Metrobank Remittance. So,
how did you get the clients even when you were in school?
Mga mga referrals na, okay, I do this, I do that. I was doing album covers for independent mga rap, parang collective nung sa UK. Tapos, Filipino remittance companies. And then, nag-work din ako for a print shop. African yung may-ari ng print shop na yun. So, medyo interesting. Ang daming iba-ibang bagay na kahit hindi ako gumraduate sa school, nag-work na talaga ako, nagpa-practice na ako. Tapos eventually, I had the chance to intern for a couple of different studios. So nag-intern ako for Bloomberg, yung TV channel. Tapos yun yung ang interesting din kasi every company or studio agency that I work with, may specific specialization sila. So sa Bloomberg na train ako with materials kasi doon wala masyadong heavy concept. It's really managing yung gallery nila. So interesting, you're designing invites, parang gold foil, stamping, blind emboss, different types of thickness ng paper. Sobrang yun yung mga ginagawa namin. So you're designing invites and communication materials for their exhibits. So every month yun nagbabago. Tapos, may time nga na parang, okay, gusto namin maggawa ng invite. Parang acrylic yung material. So, acrylic yung pinamimigay na invite. Tapos gusto namin parang thick board of paper na stock. Okay, yun na yun. So, sobrang interesting yung play with materials. Tas after nun, I also worked with mga independent agencies. So, yung isa deep design agency.
This is as a freelancer at that time? Or
Kasi
you already...
pwede kang mag-work ng 20 hours eh. So, you're allowed to work maximum of 20 hours. So, alam naman nila na working student ako during that time. Tapos, yung deep design agency, natuto naman ako. Yun yung pinaka, I think, biggest influence sa akin. Kasi, yung identity design, doon ko natutunan. Yung editorial layout, how to manage yung mga files na up to now. Ganun na yung ginagawa namin, yung how to number yung folders, organize yung folders, and yun. Tapos, sobrang, doon ako pinaka-thankful kasi I think 70% of what we do right now parang galing sa kanila. Tapos bad trip pa ako, may boss ako doon dati. Parang pinag-layout ako ng brochure for a furniture brand. Tapos, parang yung galit siya sa akin kasi hindi sobrang maayos yung layout na parang off siya ng a few pixels, ganyan. Mumura ako sa kanya. Kago to. Parang a few onting pixels lang. Parang, Tapos ngayon ko na nagigets na parang yung attention to detail, doon ko rin natutunan sa kanila na parang every time I mentor mga other designers, yung parang sinasabi ko parate, kala mo wala nakakita yan, pero nakikita yan ni God. Parang yung mga offs, even yung mga text box mo na hindi maayos and parang nagbe-bleed off and mga So, yung little things na yon na hindi nakikita ng mga tao, role natin yon as designers to look at it and parang organize it really well. Meron ding isang exercise na, alam mo yung mga Eames, Herman Miller na mga chairs, di ba? Yeah. So, mesh background. So, syempre, bago pa lang ako nun. So, pina-crop yung mesh. So, pinentool ko isa-isa yung mesh nung upuan na yon. Tapos parang sabi ko, bakit ko ginagawa to? Parang bad trip to Ang hirap, parang one whole day ko siyang ginawa. Tapos nag-end up na yung artwork na yon nasa white background naman. Parang ginagago yata ako nito. Nasa white background, di ko kailangan i-cut yung yung mesh na yon Pero again, parang yung training ng attention to detail and yung technical aspect of it, na train yon. Kasi eventually, another company ulit na nag-specialize sa digital marketing, doon naman ako natuto, and then merong big spaceship, sila naman yung packaging naman. So they do Dorset cereals, makikita mo yun sa sa mga
so
we're part of it.
Yeah.
Sobrang galing. Tas food and bev yung focus nila, tas packaging. Tapos may one time na kasi hindi ako masyado umuwi. So, nanonood ako ng Forrest Gump. Mga 2007 yata yan. Sobrang, shit, na-homesick ako. Tapos parang sabi ko, balik ako ng Philippines afterwards. Nag-umuwi ako nung 2007 ng Feb. Tapos after nun, parang, yun nga, since na-homesick ako, parang ayoko na. Balik na ako ng Philippines. Ganyan. So, gusto kong, nag-apply ako for mga certain design studios, ad agencies. Pero for some reason, walang nag-hire talaga sa akin noong 2008. Kasi 'di ba, rin 'yun, global recession. Yeah. So yung mga nag-i-interview sa akin, parang sabi nila, racket na lang tayo.
Do you remember these brand agencies that time, noong 2007, 2008?
Oo, sina Joey. Team nila, 'di ba? Nag-apply ako doon. Tapos si Dan, na-meet ko siya, Dan Matutina, na-meet ko siya noong 2008 din yata yon kasi may personal portfolio lang ako kasi yung Vigi Graphics college project siya we just need to create a website, so Vigi Graphics siya, vgraphics.com, so 2004 pa yon, so personal portfolio site lang yon. Pero nung 2008, since wala ngang nag-hire sa akin, so nag-end up na parang okay lang, may website lang ako. Tapos may isang malaking kumpanya na nag-email and parang, can you present your portfolio, ganyan. wala akong any company profile. So, nag-research ako, sino yung mga design studios kaya na pwedeng mag-help sa akin mag-create ng company profile. So, kumatok ako sa studio ni na Dan. Ideals pa sila.
Sa Katipunan.
Tapos sabi ko, Dan, pwede ba akong magpagawa ng company profile? So, hindi ko nga alam kung ginawan nila ako eh. Pero eventually, nagkaroon ako ng company profile. Nag-present ako sa Unilever. And then, binulshit ko lang yun eh. Sabi ko, meron ako writers, photographers, developers, graphic designers, illustrators. So, yun. Tapos, parang kasing payat pa niya ako na. Mga 90 pounds lighter pa ako na. Tapos, naka-suit pa ako nung percent. So, nagustuhan nila. Tapos, nabola ko naman sila. Tapos, nung sabi nila, kailangan namin ng mga papers. Parang, shit, kailangan pala ng mga ganun. So, sabi ko, bilis ko mag-isip. Sabi ko, kasi kakarating lang namin. So, we're just, in the process of registering our company. Kasi tinawagan ko yung friend ko. Sabi ko, si Christian, siya yung first business partner. Sabi ko, Chan, may client na tayo. Register tayo. So, in 2 weeks, na-register yung V-Graphics. Then, saka kami na, tuloy-tuloy na siya. Tapos yun, parang ever since 2008, ongoing pa rin up to now. Nabuhay pa rin naman kami. Nice. Actually, ngayon niya gusto ko pa rin mag-work sa mga ad agencies but just to feel how ano yung feeling of working in bigger institutions and agencies eh. Pero wala talaga eh. Ayaw talaga nila sa akin.
I think that it worked out pretty well for you, diba? Nobody was hiring at that time. Diba? Kasi who knows? I mean, if you got a job in 2007,
wala sigurong walang studio, ganyan. Pero
it's actually funny nga because 2007 was also the year I left Sachi.
Corporate. Ikaw nga.
Tapos, ang thinking ko was I'm gonna look for branding companies. Kasi I really want to go into branding. Hindi ako designer, so I figured I look for mga branding companies that are looking for brand consultants or strategists, diba ganyan. Wala rin nag-hire. Or at least the companies that I met, totally iba from what I was thinking na branding. Parang mas nasa research sila.
Yeah.
Like,
paano ka na-expose sa branding nung time na yun?
Actually, nung time na to, hindi ko nga na-realize na
branding tawag
branding yung gusto ko. Kasi, when I go to bookstores, doon ako pupunta. Like, aside from buying mga sports books, mga business books, pupunta lagi sa design. Minsan nabisip ako, hindi mo ako designer eh. Pero I like looking at design books, mga branding books. Ang dami ko nga binibiling book before na parang hindi ko alam ba't ko binibili. Pero bibili ko pa kasi parang I really like enjoyed it. Yung thinking about paano ba ginawa. And even when I read about mga brands, I always gravitate towards bakit niya naisip gawin tong brand. Like,
Entrep ba yung background sa UANP?
Hindi. Actually, marketing communications.
Marketing communications.
Parang, actually the funny thing was, my parents, may family business kami, pero they never really encourage us to go into business.
Okay.
So parang ako naman, in my head, I wanted to do something on my own. Pero hindi ko lang alam na yung term doon is entrepreneurship or branding or yan. Parang alam ko lang na may certain interest ako. So nung pag-alas kong Sachi, I was trying to apply for mga branding agencies. Hindi ako nagtangka mag-apply sa mga
Team Manila. Sino yung ina-applyan mo nun? Nung time na yan? Sino ba yung during that time?
Siguro yung mga pangalan nila, parang mga brand ideas, mga ganun. Nakala ko,
meron ganun?
Parang
meron
sounds
ganun.
creative, di ba? So,
2007, 2008, meron ng mga ganun. Parang wala akong mahanap eh.
Pero when I applied, ano sila? Parang mas
Events.
Research, market research.
Research. Okay.
Parang ayoko naman ng market research. Parang hindi ito yung nasa isip ko. Kasi
parang brand strategy.
Kasi mga peg mo, syempre mga future brand, yung mga ganun sa ibang bansa. Parang dapat ganito. Pag hindi mo, parang, iba yata ito. Parang mas research sila as support for ad agencies.
Oo nga.
Parang umalis nga ako ng ad agency kasi
Tapos
iba yung
ganun ulit.
So, kaya yung year na yun, 2007, parang it's like my lost year kasi walang ginawa. Parang ako sa bum kasi hindi ko ma-figure out parang do I have to go to other countries to work? Pero parang ayoko naman, parang I wanted to stay here.
Never ka bang
nag-work sa ibang bansa? And I never parang may romantic idea parang baka okay kasi parang hindi ko alam kung natakot lang ako or a part of me just wanted to do something here na isip ko parang kung walang gumagawa, what if gawin ko dito? Parang ganun. So, yun, hanggang sa dumating in 2008, masaya ko parang I can't not do anything and I don't wanna go back to advertising. So, kung talagang gusto ko ng branding, baka gawin ko na lang on my own. Parang pakapalan ng mukha na lang. Let's try it out. Parang ganun. Parang the way I want to do branding. Parang ganun. So, doon
Anong year
nag-start.
ka nun? 2008?
2008, yeah.
Same pala, no?
Oh,
Sabay
so,
na sabay.
mga June, masabi ko parang
Sabay na sabay.
1 year na akong umalis ng Sachi, parang it's time to, parang,
Alam mo ba yung very first intern namin, designer ninyo?
really?
Naging designer ninyo. Si
Sino?
Trixie?
Trixie
Ibanez.
Yeah, yeah.
Siya yung pinaka-first, dalawa sila from UP. Si Trixie tsaka si Gerard Reyes.
Nag-intern sa inyo before.
Tas first intern namin nung 2008. Wala rin akong background in managing interns. So, ang pinagawa ko, doon kayo mag-work sa nanay ko. So, sila, may foundation yung mom ko during nung time na yun. So, for yung whole duration, nanay ko nag-manage sa kanila. Pero sila yung pinaka-first na, na
Si Mami
interns
palang head of
namin.
intern.
Pinaka-first head of intern. Tas now, naging, na rin siya, naging ongoing thing na siya na parang we have mga 150 plus na for the past 11 years.
Wow.
Kasi may rin yun may backstory yun Parang gusto ko maging sa Fabrica. Familiar ka sa Fabrica? Yung research institute ng Benetton. Gusto ko maging scholar nung Fabrica. Naging ko rin siya parang thesis paper research ko siya nung time na yun. So yung sa Italy may scholarship siya. Tapos you pili ka ng department, either photography, writing, graphic design, visual art, so iba-iba. Tapos for 1 year, magka-create lang kayo ng mga certain projects. Tas sagot nila yung accommodation mo, yung flight mo, yung food, everything, may allowance, ganun.
Nice.
So, yung medyo younger pa, parang insecure pa ako sa work. Feeling ko hindi pa enough yung work ko. So never akong natuloy na mag-apply. Tapos by the time na gusto ko nang mag-apply, parang overage na ako, so hindi natuloy. Kaya ngayon, ever since nung 2008, parang every year we really get parang interns na hindi lang siya parang yung intern, kahit intern season, hindi intern season, nagte-take kami. So,
how many interns do you take on yearly?
Yung pinaka minimum, syempre 1. Pero yung pinaka sobrang dami namin na batch nung 2017, mga 13 yata sila nung time na yun.
What do you do after? Do you hire most of them?
Yung isa sa mga designers namin right now, previous intern siya. Majority nung mga na-hire namin from the pool of the interns, majority, some of the interns, they're currently working na rin in the industry. Some of them, they started their own businesses.
Nice.
Some naman studied abroad. So, very loose yung program namin Kaya nakakatawa nga yung last na batch, merong yung teacher from CSB, sabi niya, sa Vigi ka? Yan ka na naman Parang wag ka na dyan, lumipat ka na. Kasi parang minsan hindi nila gets, parang akala mo gago yung mga ginagawa.
Yeah.
Pero may sense siya. So, minsan parang we have projects like paano mo ibibenta yung sarili mo, pero in your own way. So, mag-create ka ng parang siyang slum book, so branding yourself. Pero you present it in a way na in your own style, voice, art, ganon. Tapos, may mga exercises like that. Meron ding exercises trying to find your purpose, like yung ikigai mo.
Yeah.
And then creating a parang passion project out of it. So, yung mga pinaka-recent, gumawa siya na-realize niya na, into parang political issues yung kasi ikigai di ba may 4 key areas, so yung what the world needs, parang feeling niya more awareness about political issues. Tapos magaling siya sa graphic design, magaling siya magsulat, magaling siya mag-illustrate. So gumawa siya ng parang satire website na salamat Tatay Digong. Tapos may naka-juxtapose lang doon mga supporters nila na, for example, about women na, oh, parang, thank you, I love you, Tatay Digong. Pero ito yung mga current issues niya about women. So, naka-juxtapose parati. Tapos parang yung mga nag-prayer warriors, meron siyang ganun. Yeah. Tapos yung minumura niya, yung church. So, parang interesting juxtaposition na hindi naman niya, parang it's there for people to realize kung ano ba yung nangyayari talaga. Tapos yung iba naman, about meditation and personal wellness, mindfulness, ganun. So, iba-iba yung ginagawa ng mga interns. And ideally, actually, di ba tinanong kita kanina, ano yung future ng design studios? Ako nga parang mas gusto ko na ganun na lang yung setup ko kung given the chance na parang, okay, mag-work ka dito or para ka mag-aaral for the next 2 years. And then, after yung 2 years mo, mag-decide ka saan mo gustong gawin. Gusto mo mag-set up ng business mo, gusto mong work for a bigger company, gusto mo mag-freelance, gusto mo work for abroad, ganyan. Parang gusto ko maging ganun yung setup kasi parang siguro dahil nga hindi ko rin natapos yung college, so parang yung teaching parang naging natural. Tapos gusto ko rin minsan magturo sa mga other schools pero yun nga, wala ka naman degree, so hindi rin. So dito na lang kami nagtuturo and we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's less structured so you can do it like the way you want.
So usually ganun yung mga projects namin. Iba-iba talaga. Minsan gallery visit, studio visit, we invite mga people in the different industries. Nakakatawa yung may another kami na parang okay, expose ko sila sa ad agencies kasi parang okay, para ma-feel nyo if you like to work in an ad agency. Tapos biglang after nung visit namin, shit, ayaw na nila mag-work sa isang ad agency. Parang lahat sila na parang na-traumatize yata. Tapos parang okay, not for everyone naman talaga yung ad agency Pero I know people na have been there
thriving, happy.
Happy sila for 20 plus years.
Correct. So speaking of like years, diba? Vigi has been, 11 years na, diba? What would you say, or parang what do you consider siguro your parang secret to success or
hindi ko alam kung successful kami.
Napaka-humble talaga si Russ. Or what do you think distinguishes like Vigi from like other design studios?
Kung success, depende kasi depende on how you measure your personal success. Kasi different naman yan for other people, diba? Some people parang dinedefine nila yung success with the money they make. Yeah. Some people, they define it with how they manage their own time. Na, I have more time for family and personal and friends, diba? For me, personally, the fact na parang buhay pa kami hanggang ngayon. So, I'd take that as parang a sign of success. Being able to help out a lot. Kasi before, parang hindi ko nakikita sobra yung value. Masyadong idealistic. Yung value ng ginagawa ko as a designer, masyadong idealistic na, okay, kailangan sobrang ganda aesthetically, kailangan lahat ng gusto mo masusunod. Yan. Yun yung mindset ko in terms of client work.
Yeah.
Pero, yung nag-umilindol yata. Pero recently, syempre, siguro as you mature as a designer, as na-realize ko na yung what I do with the clients, I don't have 100% control. So, whatever I do with them, yun nga, mas na-appreciate ko na whether it's just a simple brochure or a website or a logo, meron niyang certain impact for them. So, katulad nung na-explain ko kanina na, okay, if I didn't design this logo, hindi mo ma-associate yung experience mo for a certain brand. Yeah. Or pag kinakwento ko yung work namin now, alam mo yan?
LPG.
Sige, palampasin mo na natin siya. Yan. So pag kinakwento ko yung for example, we have this real estate client. So instead of saying lang na I designed this logo, parang or we designed this logo, pwede sinasabi ko na, we designed this logo for a brand that sold 8 billion pesos in one day. Yeah. So, yung association ng memory na yon dun sa symbol na yon. Yeah. So, yun, I think yun yung for me yung success, being able to help those clients And then at the same time, being able to practice rin what I do for the longest time. Kasi parang may, syempre, di ba pag entrepreneur, designer, parang may mga times na parang yung lowest point mo, gusto mo na mag-change ng career or gusto mo na itigil. Pero, yun nga, parang ma-realize mo na, ito yung talent na binigay sa'yo eh. So, you try to use it as much as you can in a positive way. So, helping out mga students in their careers, mentoring other designers, mentoring clients. So, yun yung mga, I think, yung mga milestones, I guess, in terms of success ng Vigi. And yun, moving forward, hopefully, yung nakwento na sana I really want to have this non-traditional parang learning entity or institution. We currently have it, yung better.ph. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've seen it, yeah.
So, right now, self-initiated project lang din siya. Kaya, pag may time, saka kami nakakapagbigay na Pero, yung idea for Better, it's like the creative hub for graphic designers. So, right now, I don't know if we have like a formal or any group na related to graphic design. May yung architects, meron silang mga certain groups, di ba? Fashion designers, meron silang certain groups, interior design. Pero graphic design, parang we don't have this like AIGA or mga groups talaga na nagfo-focus on graphic design. So, I want na hopefully si Better maging ganon siya. So, may mentorship, merong exhibits, may conferences, may portfolio reviews, open studios, yun yung mga programs niya. Pero right now, we're interviewing different practitioners from illustrators to art directors to designers, telling their stories through parang katulad ng ginagawa na pero mas long form interview and then showcasing their work. So, yun. And hopefully, mas maging sustainable yun eventually. And nagpa-render na nga ako ng office niya. Yes. Parang Mujified and Tadaw Ando inspired yung architecture, parang ganun. So, ang ganda ng interiors niya. Hopefully, we can baka with the right proposal, I don't know, or parang partner with other institutions and agencies then or studios, maybe we can build something na magawa na rin siya eventually.
Correct. That sounds, that's very interesting. Especially I think coming from what you said earlier about like at an early age you struggled with like traditional schooling or yung parang like a learning institution. So I think giving parang creatives or designers like a different space na they can still learn, like quote-unquote parang like it's structured kunyari, pero alternative na. It's not yung traditional na you have to go here again.
Yeah. Interesting, may namita ko ngayon ang tinuturo niya behavioral finance. So, ganda, parang imagine mo how you can teach someone how to save, how to invest, how to manage your finances, pero behavioral yung change, yung approach. Hindi kasi anything naman parang whether it's productivity or learning or wellness, yung gym, di ba? Parang lahat yun parang parang related sa behavior mo. So how you design your environment, how you change your mindset, how you parang make things na yung mga masasamang bagay na unreachable and mas reachable yung mga better things for you.
The good habits are easy to maintain, diba?
So interesting. So mga ganon. Tapos recently we did yung masterclass, Purpose to Performance. So we partnered with TJ Parpan. So siya yung nag-facilitate nung masterclass na yon. So rin siya, non-trad din siya na we talked about during the whole day. We talked about finding your purpose, yung first activity. Second is trying to innovate your business model in 10 different ways. So usually kasi yung mindset natin pag innovation, product or service lang. Yeah. Pero there's profit model, the structure of your company, your network, how you leverage your brand, the experience, the products and the services. Sobrang daming different ways to innovate. And then once you have that innovation idea, how do you create a business model out of it? So yun, meron din ganun. And then after nun, how do you manage yung innovation idea, yung you create the objectives and the key results. So OKRs yung so how you measure yung activities na ginagawa. So one whole day medyo overwhelming nga eh. So parang sabi nila dapat 2 days parang okay. Sa next time 2 days na namin gagawin. So mga ganun kasi yun yung mga hindi ko rin na aral before kasi wala namang background in business. So from business dev, strategy, innovation to marketing to design to even HR, yung how you manage people and inspire people, finance, accounting, legal. So, yan yung mga things na kailangan mong aralin when you're an entrepreneur, diba? So ito yung mga gusto rin namin eventually na ma-create ng mga courses na interesting na kasi pag sinabi mong finance and legal parang boring agad
automatic parang sa people already have a barrier
parang hands off na agad sila eh. Pero if we can make this interesting and interactive, then mas makaka-help ka with a lot of mga businesses, especially yung mga creative enterprises. So
correct. In all the years of Vigi, you've done a lot of work. You've had a lot of clients, diba? Is there a particular work that you would consider your best work or your most memorable work or favorite project that you've ever done?
I don't know kung nakita mo yung website namin ng 2016. Yung nag-brutalist website kami. Familiar ka ba sa term na parang brutalist design?
Not
so, technically, anti-design yung movement na yun. So, it's been around ever since. Usually, di ba, you have design, parang culture, counterculture. So, parang gano'n naman parate yung art movements, di ba? So, during, I think, I'm not sure kung kailan yung pinaka-start niya, pero most of the time, yung concept ng anti-design is trying to break away from the repetitiveness of the current design scene. So, if, let's say, for example, it's in a magazine layout, if everything's very structured, most of the time, nagiging routine and nagiging parang monotonous and clinical. So, some designers and artists parang break away from that direction. So, we did that nung 2016. Pa-cool kasi kami. So, parang yung SEO namin, number 1 yan. When you search Branding Agency Philippines, Branding Studios, Graphic Designs. Kasi number 1 kami sa lahat ng mga keywords that we targeted. So, ginawa namin, sinira namin yung website. Parang minock din namin yung sarili namin. Kasi we felt na parang, bakit lahat ng design studios all over the world, they all say the same things, they all look the same, they all look clean, they all look pretty, they all say nice things.
Yeah.
Pero nung dinesign namin yung website, we tried to say the same things but ironically, sarcastically. So yun, I think for me yun yung parang peak nung yun yung best work and worst work din namin at the same time. So we got a lot of mga parang may mga sites now you get featured, diba? So we got featured dun sa worst sites of the world. brutalistwebsites.com ganun. Tapos almost 80% of our clients were wiped out.
As in they left you because of that?
Some of them parang they didn't get it. And then some of the inquiries then parang nag-lower down. But the ones who stayed are the best ones and the ones who understood us and the ones who are actually more profitable compared dun sa others. So na-weed out then majority of mga unnecessary client. Well, not unnecessary but mas aligned and they get our vision. So I think during that time 2016 that was like the highest peak. Pero syempre pag highest peak, pag nandoon ka na, only way is bababa ka ulit di ba? So, parang, after nun, since nakapagwala na kami, nag-ingay na kami, parang naisip namin, ano na yun next? So, yun naman yung naging transition naman namin. So, ever since from 2017, 18, 19 up to now. So we're 3 years in transition right now na parang ano na yun next? What's the next thing that we can do? So meron kami mga certain things na pinaplan right now. It's ang ganda nung may previous intern kami na nagsulat recently. Parang nasa Vigi 3.0 na raw kami right now. So yung 1.0, it's super idealistic. Yung 2.0 is self-deprecating na version of Vigi. And then yung 3.0 is combination of those two. So hindi ko pa alam kung ano yung itsura niya right now and ano yung next phase. Tinatanong nga rin kita, ano sa tingin mo yung evolution ng mga design studios right now? Kasi parang when I look at mga certain studios, what they do, all of their efforts, parang okay, we've already done all of those things na rin. And siguro ako rin every like 4 years parati ako nag-isip, ano ba yung next thing na pwedeng gawin? How can we push this thing forward?
How do you keep evolving
And innovating?
It's something we also we've also thought about a lot. We were talking kanina off air about parang like the changes that we've also made. It's hard. I think it's hard, but it's also even harder if you don't sort of evolve or plan how to change, diba? Kasi you can't be stagnant, diba? Like sabi nga natin, coming from 2007, 2008 na it's hard to find, design studios or branding studios. Now there's a lot, diba? So you can't, I mean, if we were doing things the same way as when we started, we'll look stale, diba? Especially in this type of industry that's very creative. Almost on a year-to-year basis, you really can be the same. So yung parang even your credentials, parang medyo useless. Diba? like even like the work that we did first 4 or 5 years, parang we don't need. Parang I think we've already lost most of the files. Parang like we don't like recently somebody was asking us like, do you still have like your portfolio? Parang, like, I really had a hard time thinking, do I have copies of it? Kasi when we move offices also, parang may mga nawalang files and mga hard drives na corrupt. So hindi ko alam if it's like a sign also na maybe it's in a way parang a challenge to you na you can't rest on your previous works, di ba, I guess. Na, like when you said nga gano'n, na you had a peak nung 2016, but now, so that in order for you not to go down, you have to figure out like what's a new mountain for you to climb, basically. So
it's hard. Ang hirap nung balance between trying to be different. Siguro ngayon, siguro as you mature nga talaga as a person or entrepreneur or designer, mas medyo slightly tempered and not necessarily less idealistic but mas medyo realistic in terms of your what you want to happen. So siguro yung mga kung meron akong parang wish list, parang kasi never ako nagkaroon ng mga parang partners talaga na who's into like managing I see a lot of mga certain organizations na parang meron silang partner for HR, partner for finance, partner for operations, ganyan. So yun never nangyari yun sa amin kasi parang organic lang talaga na nag-start yung business. So yun nakikita kong sobrang napaka-crucial yun, especially when you're running a business. You have certain people in those areas, from finance, operations, HR, to marketing, to business dev, all those things. Kaya yun yung parang medyo obsession ko rin right now na creating master classes for it. Secret lang kasi wala akong pambayad ng mga courses, kaya ako yung nagka-create ng mga master classes. Mahal kasi most of the time. So ganun din, and I can't find those courses rin in certain schools. So we're trying to create those parang classes for us. Kaya nakakaingit sobra yung mga yung mga organizations na they have those people in place.
Yeah.
And usually dun ka naman nag-grow, dun lumalaki yung mga businesses if you have the right
Like
people.
all the necessary pillars diba, of the organization strong.
Yeah.
Kasi like I think in our case, yung sa creative side lakas. Pero yung ibang
operational
aspects,
yeah. Tsaka another challenge pa is from being a designer to being a leader. So I started 22 years old, so no business background, no leadership background. Yung iba merong leadership background sa school, diba? Leader ng mga org and mga class president ganyan. Ako wala akong any ako parati ako nasa parang behind the scenes mga ganun. So yung transition from being just a graphic designer to leading people, leading organizations is super crucial. So again, parang important din for entrepreneurs to have those mentors that they can ask, how do you deal with certain things when dealing with people and
Speaking of mentors, who do you look up to in our field?
Ikaw.
Talagang ganun.
Well, hindi ko alam actually.
Or like
bihira nga yung merong one person na sobrang laki ng impact sa akin pero hindi business. So si Jetro ng Van Gogh is Bipolar. Pero more on the personal wellness mindset, being mindful with everything. Yun yung naging malaking impact niya sa akin. Pero in terms of business, yun nga kinagahanap nga ako ng mga ganun. Kaya we're creating these master classes.
Like, is there someone like, anywhere in the world na you look up to from afar and you've parang given a chance like to have like a private mentoring session?
Wala masyadong top of mind, pero yung mga dati na deads na si Wally Olins.
Yeah.
Dati yung lolo ng branding siya, lolo ng branding. So gusto ko meron akong mga different people like Dieter Rams in terms of like discipline, in terms of like design thinking, diba? Tas si Wally Olins in terms of yung branding, and 80 years old na pero grabe very sharp pa rin.
Yeah.
Someone right now yung obsession ko is yun nga, behavioral changes, and more of someone who can, or how yung parang paano ko ma-improve yung how I communicate with other people. Yun yung pinaka gusto kong mahanap ng person. So hindi ko rin alam kasi usually nanonood ko lang ng TED Talks, leadership skills o YouTube, di ba? So parang ganun right now, pero walang very specific person in mind kasi right now nga actually yun yung parang gusto ko ngang mahanap. I don't know rin kung dito sa Philippines mayroon bang certain groups na parang okay, gusto ko ng business mentorship, or mayroon bang certain groups na they just gather and talk about like certain issues with
I think there are, pero like they're more parang medyo close organization na you have to apply, you have to be vetted, then everyone has to sort of agree to let you in.
Yeah. Tsaka parang may certain subculture din yung mga yon, diba? So kung mag-fit in ka ba doon and mag-ano ba. So baka we can start that.
Yeah,
like,
baka we can start something for like creative entrepreneurs, diba? Kasi parang feeling ko din, like I've heard about some of those, and I have friends who are members. Pero parang feeling ko hindi like tayong we're running creative businesses. Parang feeling ko we won't fit in too much. Well, I guess like in my case, since I have like my own brands na medyo, I guess may traditional sense of like how a business is. Pero parang feeling ko it would be hard for me to really align and resonate with somebody kung I start talking about branding, creatives. So parang baka so maybe that's something we can start something. Let's talk with sila Dan and get together and this is something I like asking other people kasi hindi ko alam if it's to feel na I'm not alone in the pero like do you experience self-doubt or yung tinatawag na imposter syndrome?
I mean, I think lahat naman tayo, I think. Ikaw ba? Na-feel mo yan? Ikaw, na-feel mo ba yan?
Yeah, I think,
Sometimes,
it's...
So, I think lahat tayo parang umaabot sa point na yun. And yun yung recent realization ko about identity design. And na if you're confident with your personal identity, then mas nalilesen yung self-doubt and nalilesen yung insecurities. Kasi most of the time, yung root, yung cause of our insecurities, yung self-doubts na yun, dahil hindi natin sobrang kilala yung sarili natin, di ba? So, we try to copy, follow, pattern ourselves through other people's parang lives. So, the more na you become more self-aware, the more na parang mas nakikilala mo yung sarili, mas naging confident ka. So, kaya nga yung na-mention ko na nung 2016 na peak ni Vigi, yun yung pinaka-highest peak niya na pinaka-self-aware siya. Kaya niya magmura, kaya niyang maging matalino, kaya niyang i-mock yung sarili niya, kaya niyang i-mock yung ibang tao, ganun. So, dahil sobrang confident niya na so, parang right now, personally, ganun din na you always experience those, yung mga self-doubts. Pero the more nga na you become more mindful and the more na mas tumatanda ka. mas nalalesen. Pero hindi mo maiwasan kasi parang you're surrounded with so many things right now with social media. Nakikita mo on Instagram, on Facebook, on websites, yung peers mo, lahat yon. So parang parati mong bine-benchmark din pero ang sarap nung feeling kapag nalampasan mo yung hurdle na yun. Kasi parang parang yung timeline mo, yun na lang yung sinusundan mo. Parang yung kabayo, meron ka ng gano'n. Hindi mo na pinapakailaman yung nangyayari sa kanila. And instead na minsan nainggit ka, mas natutuwa ka pa na, uy, wow, they're successful. Parang gano'n. So, I guess we all feel that. And malaking factor yung mindfulness and getting to know yourself better. So we're also trying to apply that with our clients na if you're more self-aware, na mas self-aware ka na brand, hindi ka mararattle if ginagaya ka or makikiuso ka kasi ito yung uso
na trend now.
Uso na language or activities. You follow your own path lang talaga.
Yeah. That's a nice way of relating it to like to brands. Even the brands pala nagkaka-self-doubt na.
Lahat tayo, 'di ba? Parang dami.
But what's your typical day like? You have client work, you have a lot of fun. Like what's parang like the most typical day ni Russell Vergara?
Diyan lang ako sa taas nakatira So, usually gising. Tapos, subukan mag-meditate. Failed meditation.
What type of meditation do you do?
Merong app merong Headspace, yeah. So, failed attempt ng meditation for 30 minutes. Tapos, syempre, ligo. Baba ka na sa office. Tapos, try mo i-brief yung mga designers. Tapos, client work. Pag may meetings, syempre, go to meetings. Pag may interns, parang we try to create programs for them. Internally rin, we're trying, pero mahirap ma-pull off na may 4 different areas kasi yung operations, diba? So, yung internal culture, yung design, yung processes, yung design ng ng services namin, and then yung actual marketing and sales. So, yung internal culture, we want to develop this culture of innovation and learning. So, may mga certain subjects na kami na figure out, from brand identity design to graphic design to entrepreneurship. So, may technical skills and may EQ skills. So yun, self-awareness is one of them.
You're the one developing this.
We're creating.
You don't have an HR person.
Wala, as in HR, finance, creative director, account manager. Parang all-in-one, yan. So, yun, ginagawa namin yung mga programs na yun. So, medyo mahirap kasi if you focus your attention on that, you're losing attention na dun sa other key areas. So, yung selling, yung actual selling naman, di ba? Pero, interesting siya if ma-set up siya kasi may sarili kang internal school. So, from technical skills to emotional skills, emotional intelligence. So, from eloquence, how you can present well and how you can be more articulate with your ideas and thoughts, ganyan. To self-awareness, to resilience, yung pagiging diskarte and proactive. So, these are things na parang ang galing, hanggang saya kung ma-apply mo siya internally. And eventually, maituro mo rin sa mga clients, ganun. So, both yun, dalawa, sabay ginagawa namin. Even yung processes kung paano magiging faster. That's typical, typical day. Tapos, pag burnout na, okay, nanonood ng movie. Parang maganda rin yung parati ko rin sinasabi siya kapag you have to find that space na bukas yung mind mo. Parang you're inspired. So, na-realize ko na lang to recently na whenever time na nasa movie house ako, parang ang dami ko naisip na ideas. So, minsan napupunta ako movie house na kahit hindi ako manonood, pupunta lang ako doon.
Just to sit down inside.
Tapos nagno-notes ako. Tapos ang dami ko naiisip. So, minsan doon nanonood, tapos doon lang. Malamig naman may aircon, so okay lang. yun, one way of trying to think of new ideas. On a day-to-day, that's the usual na routine.
Yeah.
Failed na gym. Mga 3 buwan na ako tinetext ng trainer ko. Hindi pa ako nakakabalik. So, pinaka-expensive na lanyard ko, 2,500 a month.
Sana? Anytime fitness.
Meron na dito. Wala nang excuse.
Dami
Tomas
dito.
Morato, meron dito mismo Diyan mismo.
There's one here in Morato.
Bago lang.
The one I used to go to was in
Quezon Ave. Doon ako nagtatago ngayon Kasi yung trainer ko, hinahanap na ako Pero dito meron siya Tomas Morato. So walking distance na lang. So dapat makapag-gym na ako.
Okay, speaking of what's so yung gym is not a good investment right now. Pero what has been like the best investment you've made in terms of siguro equipment or siguro tools?
Hindi ko alam kung for me investment mas sarili, not necessarily equipment.
Yeah.
Kung equipment, the usual, syempre may mga Mac ka dyan, may mga itong space, yung rental ng space, renovation. Pero for me, yung best investment talaga is yung learning and yung mga things that can help you become a better designer, entrepreneur person. So
aside from you mentioned kind of like watching TED Talks, do you have any like book recommendations or anything for
yun talaga yung kasi hindi ako ako yung, di ba, ang dami mga leaders and na parang, ang dami nilang book list, ang dami nilang mga, parang ideal people. So, parang wala ako masyadong ganun So, right now, I get my mga info or learnings from, ang daming mga Harvard Business Review na very useful. So, from project management to marketing to leadership to emotional intelligence, sobrang kompleto sila. So, bumili ako mga 2 or 3, tapos na-realize ko, hindi ako na-excite pag nagbabasa ako, na inaantok ako. So, nag-end up, nakikinig lang din ako ng mga podcast,
audiobooks.
So, HBR, yung
pinapakinggan ko
na podcast. And Freakonomics, interesting din. Yeah. Yung podcast nila. So, those 2 so far, yung mga very useful.
What about best advice you've ever received?
Mag-diet. Yun, parang kasi pag maayos yung well-being mo, pag maayos yung mind mo, everything else follows eh. So, everything starts with your mindset. Na pag clear yung mind mo, so yung meditation, mukha siyang BS for some people and mukha siyang nakakatawa. Pero if you really practice it and nagagawa mo siya ng maayos, kasi di ba we exercise physically, we do go to the gym, pero yung meditation is exercise for the mind, di ba?
Yeah.
So pag naki-clear mo yung mind mo, mas na-organize mo yung thoughts mo ng mas okay, mas na ma-manage mo rin yung emotions mo. So, ang laking, it's very, talaga, parang useful if nagagawa mo nga siya ng
regularly.
So, regularly.
I think that's the challenge for most people. I even took up a course for transcendental meditation. Kasi I used to do like headspace, calm, yung parang just being mindful of your breathing or tapos I keep reading about TM, yung transcendental meditation. I read about like, all these mga famous people or entrepreneurs who credit it for their state of mind. So I took up a course. Actually, very interesting siya. Yung nga, the challenge for me is doing it regularly. Kasi like, sabi nga na you have to practice it twice a day, 20 minutes, morning and afternoon. So parang...
Tsaka hindi siya parang sa start lang yun. Baka yung ibang tao kasi inisip nila parang, focus on your breathing. Pero yun yung hindi siya literal na just focus on breathing, pero focus on something. So pag na-practice mo na you can focus on your breathing, you can focus on parang hyper focus on anything.
Parang being present in this task or diba parang yun.
Kaya interesting din right now yung idea of behavior design. Kaya parang nisip ko mga things that we're exploring right now, parang going beyond branding. It's behavior design. Kasi lahat 'yon parang yung nagiging habit siya dahil because of your behaviors nga, because of your environment, because of the people na you're with. So paano mo i-design 'yon para so you can be parang healthier, you can save more, you can be more productive, you can learn more. So may studio sa UK na nakita ko, behavior design studio sila. Tapos sobrang interesting. So ine-explore namin right now yon kung paano pwede.
It's like the idea of what people say, if you really want to make going to the gym a habit, let's say before you sleep pa lang naka-ready na like dyan yung gym clothes mo, shoes mo right in front of you pagbangon mo pa lang. So parang it's harder for you not to do it. And when I was going to the gym regularly early this year, yung ginagawa ko, kasi the night before, nakapack na yung gamit ko. Kasi suot ko na nga yung gym top na susuotin ko sa gym. Kasi suot ko na pantulog para pagising ko. Lesser steps to to actually go to the gym. And I noticed na the nights that I don't do that, when you wake up, talagang your mind's already thinking, I'll skip today, bukas na lang. Pero when you do it, I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about why we feel lagu is working for people. It's because of that idea na if you lie down on a lagu on the beach, when you get up, your natural instinct is to just papagpagin mo, diba? You flick off the sand. So when you do that, by doing that, subconsciously parang you're also parang triggering in yourself na magpapagpag ka rin ng shorts mo, chinelas mo, bag mo, everything else kasi parang nagpagpag ka na. So you'll start doing that. So parang yun yung I think behavioral trigger. So yeah, I think it's good also for brands, especially brands that are trying to effect like a positive behavioral change or habit. Na to think about it from that point of view. It's not about designing lang but even how you use the product or the service, may ganong triggers.
Understanding people, yun talaga yung pinaka-important, di ba? Bakit sila nag-react at a certain way, bakit ganun yung actions,
even with A game, when we developed that product kasi, we wanted to parang bring attention to recovery.
No,
so most athletes parang they focus on the training, they warm up, they train, but the recovery, the cooling down,
hindi nila alam na it's also as important as your next workout.
So parang kaya the first product we did, we purposely didn't do pain relief products agad-agad. We did a product na it's not yet being used or parang hindi siya part ng routine, pero we figured it's more of a cooling down spray nung una kasi we wanted to give people parang a trigger nga na if you use this, since nag-spray ka na or nagpahid ka na nung muscle recovery namin na spray, while you're waiting na matuyo, mag-stretch ka na rin. Di ba? Hindi ka agad maliligo or hindi ka agad magbibis kasi you're wet eh. Di ba? You poured the solution or you sprayed it on yourself. So, mag-stretch ka na rin, mag-foam roll ka a bit. Diba? So, parang it's like doing that trigger para lang, kasi if we do the pain relief product agad, then people are gonna use that pag may masakit na eh. And that's a bit too late. Diba? You want them to do the recovery, the cooling down, so you can prevent yung soreness na grabe. Parang ganun. Cool. Yeah, so it's very nice. So, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you too before we end. So,
fast talk.
Hindi naman. Ito naman, more of, siguro, well, you've been doing this for a long time. Knowing what you know now, okay, let's say you went back in time to the day that you decided to start V Graphics. Diba? Let's say yung time na yun na yung young Russ said, I'm gonna start my own. I'm gonna start my own design studio. Tapos biglang ikaw right now, the Russ of today was suddenly back in that period and you had a chance to talk to yourself. What would you say to yourself?
Huwag mo ubusin yung isang buong pizza. Ang daming times nung time na yun, no? As in, mag-isa lang kami dito. Mag-isa lang ako. Siyempre, overnight, di ba? Health, I think, related to health pa rin. Kasi, parang, the more we, work, di ba? The more na we, sometimes, lose sight of our health. Or parang, we don't take care of our health. So, from physical to mental health natin. So yun yung advice na parang siguro mas maging pero hindi rin kasi parang you become more mindful dahil dun sa mga things na nangyayari sa iyo eh. Pero eventually, so yun, dahil nga nangyari yun, saka alam mo na what to do next, di ba? Pero if yun, siguro yun yung advice na parang start being mindful earlier.
At that time.
So kasi with everything, parang connected na siya eh. So, I think yun.
Okay, next. What would you, or what else are you looking to accomplish over the next, let's say, 10 years?
Something that we're currently working on. So, Vigi, that's why we rebranded rin kasi mukhang print shop yung V Graphics, di ba? Yeah. Parang print shop dyan sa kanto eh. So, and dahil school project siya before, so parang nag-evolve na rin siya. So, Vigi is, in a way, nickname siya ng V Graphics before. So, parang okay, natural progression na siya. So, internal mga processes and structure, like you mentioned ko kanina, yung mga learning, yung internal culture, developing internal culture, yung processes, ng design processes, yung actual offering of the service that we offer from consultancy to production, and yung how we market ourselves. So, yun yung for VG. For better, we want it to be like an experiential learning platform. So whether it's and ano rin pala siya, it's currently it's a non-profit, na registered non-profit. So parang ang idea is magkaroon ng collaboration nga yung mga different studios and create something for the industry. So, yun, learning platform siya. Ano ba yung third? Parang may third ako na naisip eh. Kalimutan ko. Yung third is maybe setting up new businesses for other people. Parang another venture. Setting up new businesses or creative teams for certain companies. Kasi nga, di ba, a lot of mga brands are setting up their own in-house teams. So setting up their creative teams, then having a equity dun sa sinet up mo na entity na yun. And then lastly, create parang VC type of organization where you can fund initiatives na nasa creative industry.
Nice.
So lahat sila in a way medyo connected.
Yeah.
So it is learning, it is the consultancy, this one's creating creative teams for people, and then ito yung sa access to resources and network. So yung 4 things na yun over the next 5 years hopefully.
Nice.
Or 10.
So,
or hanggang mamatay ako.
we still have plenty of time to do more, I'm sure. So, very last question. How do you want to be remembered?
Ang hirap niyan. Buddha. Hindi ako ready dyan. Nakita ko na yung kagabi. How do I want to be remembered? Yung ba yung pinaka-last?
Yeah.
Legacy, no? Yun. Siguro, I think, not me personally, but the work that we've done. So, yung Vigi, yung Better. Ever since parang, yun, ang galing din na sinusulat ko lang siya nung college sa mga CV na parang, what do you want to happen? Objective mo, ganyan. So, sinulat ko lang doon since college na I want to be part of an institution where yung institution na yun, they explore different forms of art and communication. Tapos parang, wow, now medyo parang ganun na yung ginagawa ko. Yeah. So, maybe if yung na-setup namin yung Vigi, na-setup namin yung Better, yung legacy, parang yung work na yun. And then, meron pa pala. Recently, may nagkwento sa akin na pag naging national artist ka daw, meron kang 1 million a month to do your... So, goal ko na maging national artist before mamatay. Meron kang 1 million a month daw to practice your art or design or whatever, ganyan. So, bago mamatay, gusto ko maging national artist para may 1 million a month ako. Tapos, gastusin ko lang siya to make, art and design.
And pizza.
Stay away. Yung keto pizza, yan. Para healthy.
Nice. Yun. Thank you for your time, Russ. Is there anything, do you want to announce anything? Or where can people follow you or follow your work?
vigi.ph yung website namin. Better.ph yung another thing that we're doing. Vigi.ph yung sa Instagram.
On social media.
Social media. Yun lang. So if they're interested to work with us on brand identity, education, like training for their mga in-house teams, or get wellness advice from me. How to gain 90 pounds in 90 seconds.
Nice. This has been very good. Thank you so much, Russ.
Yay, salamat.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review the show on iTunes. It will help more people discover the show. You can also share a screen cap of the show on your social media accounts. Make sure to tag me and let me know which part of the episode you like or didn't like. All feedback is certainly welcome, so feel free to reach out to me on Instagram @KendrickCo to let me know what topics you'd like to be covered next and who you want to hear or learn from in future episodes. Until next time, do the work you want to see done, because life's too short to not be creating your life's work.